do know my PIN, so I only had to walk a couple blocks into town to get cash out. But yeah.
She didn't say a word, did she?
Nope.
Yeah.
I got home. She was like, "Oh, I should have told you."
Well, I want to thank Jackie for I made her ice cream, vanilla, maple syrup. It's so good. And this time I underchurned it a little bit, so it's really soft. So it's in the freezer, and you don't have to wait for it to melt, and it's so good.
And if I remember right, that's just cream and maple syrup, right?
Cream, maple syrup, and a little bit of vanilla, and a little bit of salt, and I think that's it.
We made it too while we were out there, and it's delicious.
That recipe is in the bakery book, is that right? I don't remember now.
I don't know.
Might be.
I think it's in it's in the Dahlia Bakery.
Dahlia Bakery book. Good. All right, we got it. That's just the beginning of a long 2-hour show here today. Thank you for hanging with us. When we come back, it is time for announcing our winner.
Yeah. I have the bowl in front of me. There's a lot of entries in here.
Oh, there certainly are. Love that. On Camera Radio, it's the Hot Stove Society Show, 97.3 FM.
No, I love that ice cream. And I can now have it in the house without overeating it. I can trust myself now because I know it's there. Before
Plus, it's eggless, so you can have
it's
it.
It's eggless, yeah. Yep. And easy. Any ideas? It is. I'll do all of them. I just did a speed test.
Is it working now?
All right. Good job. Oops.
Here we are back in the kitchen on the Hot Stove Society Show. If you want to, you can always find us live on YouTube as we're recording our show. I've learned, Loretta, to your angst, to not say taping the show anymore. We're recording the show.
Recording, yes. There's no tapes anymore.
She just rolls her eyes at me like, you're such an old dude.
Well,
yeah.
Well, we have to change our language sometimes.
Yeah, we do.
Things evolve.
Anyway. Becky, tell us about our contest, how people entered, and who won.
All right. So a couple weeks ago, we asked people to write in something that they've learned or felt inspired to try after tuning into the show. And the winner will get a ticket to the Julia Child class coming up on August 23rd and an overnight stay here at the Hotel Andra. It's a very fun night.
Yeah. So the Hotel Andra this time of year could be $400 or $500 a night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's on a Saturday night.
Class could be $100, $125.
I think it's closer to $200.
Yeah.
Julia Child.
Like
Julia Child. Yes. $195. Yeah.
It's a fun one. So thanks to all of you who shared your stories. We had fun ones ranging from lightly trimming the asparagus bottom versus snapping. We had a couple of those.
Save some dollars.
Save some money, to making homemade red wine vinegar, using a thermometer and knowing the right temperature for perfectly cooked salmon and steaks.
You know why you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes you a better cook.
Makes you a better cook. And this person
a little
said
meat thermometer, digital meat thermometer makes you a better cook.
And knowing the temperature.
Did you have the lamb chops that I made the other night at the farm? Every
perfect.
one of those I temped.
Yeah. I temp every single thing that every protein that I cook.
Yes. Yes. Well, that's rubbed off on a lot
I've been
of
cooking
folks.
for 50 years.
There you go. To the dehydrated strawberries and whipped cream for strawberry shortcake.
Nice.
And then another one was really thankful how you helped him through COVID with just making things out that were in the fridge. So, so Loretta, will you draw the winner out of the bowl?
We have a lot of entries in here.
We do.
I feel like this is a bigger entry pile than sometimes we get on this show. All right. The winner is, drum roll, Dan H.
Awesome.
Dan
Congratulations,
H.
Dan. I'll be calling you today.
Perfect.
All right. Thank you.
Well, stay tuned for our next contest.
Yes.
Yeah, we have another one coming
next
up.
Next week, we're going to announce it.
Yeah.
Oh, do we?
Yep.
I was joking. How can I afford to do another contest?
Well, someone else is giving this away.
Oh, okay, good. Loretta, will you tell us the tale of your Prosser meatballs? As I mentioned in the beginning, you know I'm not the biggest zucchini fan, so she wanted to make chicken zucchini meatballs.
Okay.
And I just thought to myself, your mother had just forced zucchini bread on me.
Yeah, and it was delicious.
It was fine.
That's my recipe.
It was delicious then. Yeah.
Do you toast it? Or just...
I should have toasted
it. Yeah.
No,
little cream
not.
cheese sometimes. Yeah.
Ooh.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. So tell us about your chicken zucchini.
Wow, this is a
meatballs.
really enthusiastic lead-in.
Well, I will say at the end of the day, I liked them, and I didn't think I was going to.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a couple of reasons I didn't. So as you talk about this recipe, I want to jump in where I think that I was surprised that it worked.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we always do Prosser Meatball Project every year. We've talked about it a lot on this show. It's one of my favorite kind of kitchen hacks, I guess I would say, which is to make a huge batch of meatballs and put them in the freezer, freeze them individually raw. And then whenever you need a quick dinner, you have them in your freezer. And as a mother of 3 young children, meatballs and spaghetti and meatballs are really like consistent food that 3 toddlers will eat for us. And so it is something that I really rely on all year long. And this year, I think we made close to 500,
Wow.
650 of the
650
Italian style,
Italian style meatballs and another
350.
250
250.
of my chicken meatballs. So, I mean, we really stock up, and then we're fancy out at the farm. So we portion them. For me, it's like 20 is a portion for my family. And we have like the vacuum
sealer
sealer
and-
pack. So they're all in there. It's an
So the
operation.
key to that, as you already mentioned, is that we IQF them. So
Yeah.
we put them on a cookie sheet, put them in the freezer, and freeze them individually.
Yes.
And then we vacuum
and
back
then
them.
vacuum pack
Or else they'll
them.
become meatloaf.
Yes.
Mhm.
And then we can just pull them out. My mom keeps them at the farm for me. And then every couple months, she reloads my freezer and brings them back over. So, anyways, I love zucchini, unlike my father, and it is peak zucchini season right now. And I also like having different styles of meatballs because I like to use them in different ways, like not always just with red sauce and spaghetti, but I will make chicken and zucchini meatballs and I'll put them in pitas with tzatziki and lettuce and make little, Greek style pita sandwiches kind of thing.
It'd be perfect for a Thai style too.
Yeah,
like
or if I'm
coconut
doing
cream.
pesto pasta, sometimes the chicken and zucchini meatball tastes a little lighter or different. Anyways, I like to mix it up. I also like to force my children to eat vegetables that they don't know about. And so I have been making chicken and zucchini meatballs for a long time. The original inspiration for me came out of the Ottolenghi cookbook. He has a chicken or a turkey zucchini
yep.
fritter recipe in there that I love and is phenomenal if you are looking for something new to try. And that's very much in that more Mediterranean Israeli style. So more of those spices. I keep mine a little more neutral just so that they can go with anything. But anyways, I did 1/3 ground chicken, 1/3 ground turkey, 1/3 zucchini.
Oh.
And I just grate it on the box grater, on the bigger setting on the box grater, and mix it in. And
Do you drain it first though, right?
I
You don't.
I don't.
That was
Okay.
the part that concerned me when I saw her. It looked like almost like soup in her
Yeah.
bowl.
I'm surprised.
Because I don't, I use significantly more breadcrumbs than I would in an traditionally in an Italian style meatball. I like it in this application because the grind on a chicken and turkey, I think, is much softer in general than on beef. Like it doesn't hold the meat doesn't hold that same texture.
Okay.
So when you add more breadcrumbs and keep more moisture, I think it gives you these lighter, fluffier, just softer
100%.
meatballs.
100% meat. Yeah.
And how much breadcrumbs to the portion? What kind of ratio?
Well, I was using 5 pounds of each. So, I was making a big batch, but I would say,
If you think about those, you know how breadcrumbs got the Progresso in the little tubes.
Mm-hmm.
It was probably 2.5 to 3 of those.
yeah,
Okay.
But
So
one
15
was
pounds.
panko, which is a little
Yeah.
lighter breadcrumb.
Yeah.
yeah. I mixed panko and the regular breadcrumbs because that's just what I had. But yeah, I would say if you were doing like 1 pound, 1 pound, 1 pound, it would probably be 3/4 of one of those containers.
And there's
or
no need
bags
to
of
make your own
panko.
breadcrumbs, right? Just the Progresso is good enough, or the panko.
Oh, the panko is easy.
The panko's
easy.
the best, I think.
Okay.
And
the
what I
grind is
what I
nice.
took from her using the panko was next time I do the big meatball project with the Prosser meatball project, I'm going to use more breadcrumbs because I liked how light your meatballs came out.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they come out fluffier, I think,
Yeah.
that way. I know people use like Wonder Bread too, and pulse it up.
Yeah.
But I like it like that. And then I did a lighter seasoning mix, I would say. And we had to go back in. And this is a tip I
Yeah.
learned from you, which is when you're making something like this in a big batch, cook one in a pan
hmm
and taste it
For
for
seasoning,
seasoning before you portion out and freeze all the rest of
Mhm.
them, because you don't, mine were too bland. I had not put in enough salt and pepper and
That's a huge tip.
other
Terry taught us
seasoning.
that.
Yeah.
And he said you can even do it in the microwave. He said the texture's gross, but you still get the taste.
Yeah.
But I like your do it in
Yeah.
the pan.
And then I use a ton of fresh herbs. I
Mm.
like a lot of soft herbs in them. I actually didn't have as many as I would probably typically use, but oregano, thyme, parsley, chives, kind of mixed all in there. And then I made a kind of paste of onion and garlic that I just put in the Cuisinart, and I add that in there as well.
Well,
So,
a couple of things about them you had cheese in there too, right?
And a lot of
A lot of
a lot of Parmesan
yeah.
cheese.
A couple of things that surprised me. One was how light and fluffy they were, and I think that my meatballs could use a little bit more fluff. They're a little bit tight. And then the other one was the zucchini. Actually, you could taste.
Yeah.
And I always think of zucchini like tofu. It's just there, and it's like nothing, right? But you could actually taste the zucchini, which was a surprise and not as negative as I thought it was going to be.
Well, it really is a third zucchini. So, hopefully,
Yeah, and then the fact that the zucchini wasn't
Wasn't
drained, it
drained,
was
yeah.
very wet, which you just pick up. Did you use eggs in yours?
yeah, I used a couple eggs. Yeah.
And you pick up with the breadcrumbs and the eggs.
I think if you did drain it, you could get away with no egg if you're trying to go eggless. But
Probably not.
I usually with a
Egg's
meatball,
the
I'll do
binder.
a flax. I'll do a
Flax
flax,
egg.
chia egg. Yeah,
Yeah.
It-
Yeah.
that's just fine.
It's part of what holds them together.
Yeah.
Yours were right on that bubble, right? Where you
yeah,
you
they're
were
right on the
concerned-
edge of like, are they gonna just fall apart when you're scooping them, or are they gonna stay together? And that's how I like them.
Okay, speaking of Prosper Meatball Project, let's talk a little bit about the restaurant family meal,
hmm
because I think there's good ways to do it, bad ways to do it, and there's some restaurants that don't do it that I find obnoxious.
And home cooks don't even know what it is, so I'm excited.
All right, on Cairo Radio, it's the Hot Stove Society Show, 97.3 FM.
That sounds good. Hi, Laura. Yeah.
Hey, team. What's happening? It's the mini you.
How are you? Nice to see
You too. All right, here we are back in the kitchens here at the Hot Stove in downtown Seattle. We are at the corner of 4th and Virginia in the Hotel Andres, so come visit us sometime. You could even stop at the Dahlia Bakery across the street
Yeah.
on your way in or
Mhm.
after you leave. What is it, $30 for a ticket?
$30 for a ticket, and you get a big breakfast.
You get a big breakfast. So far, they've had brown butter madeleines,
Mhm.
which are quite the bomb, coming right out of the oven. And Annie is back there making a ham and cheese and charred crepe with a little mushroom gravy and a crispy fried egg. So that's what breakfast is this morning. Come by, say hi. $30, cheap, and all the hot coffee you can drink.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah. Sometimes we got tastes from the guests. Today we've got a sip.
So, Bex, sometimes during our years of knowing each other, there were many times where we were in a class, but then we stopped for a meal.
Mhm.
We had breakfast to start, we stopped for lunch, and then afterwards we'd often have cocktail snacks after the end of the day. And so by the end of the day, you had maybe 40 or 50 tastes
Yes,
of
it was
food and
crazy.
beverage and
Yeah.
all that kind of sort of thing. But some of the most fun parts of that were the meals.
Mhm.
I think,
Mhm.
like we would be on the corner outside the ballroom of Fifth and Lenora, cooking up cowboy steaks in
With the
cast
grill,
iron
yeah.
pans.
Yeah.
And, we would do all sorts of things. Good ways to make it fun. Loretta, in our company, we believe in the family meal for a couple of reasons.
Yep.
I'd say probably the most important reason is nourishment.
Hmm.
A healthy belly is a healthy mind, is a good customer service person.
Yes.
If you're out there on the floor trying to give customer service and you're like starving to death,
your blood sugar's tanking.
your blood sugar's
Yeah.
tanking, you are more likely to not be as cordial at the table, maybe as you could be. At the same time, we're not the highest paid industry in the world. And I think not unlike school lunches for kids, it's an important part of the day for many of the people that work here.
Hmm.
It's an important connection for many of the people who work here because typically you sit down for an employee meal, you sit down in a big group. I know some of our people spread out, but typically it's a big group. And it's really a good time for us as a company to get to know each other.
Yeah.
People talk about what they did for over their weekend, or not probably like what people do around the coffee pot at an office
Hmm.
or the water cooler, I think is the classic
Yes.
example. Yeah. So tell me about your experience that you remember growing up here in the restaurants about staff meal. Because I eat it all the time. I work out at the warehouse a bit, and
Yeah.
I eat staff meal out there all the time.
Yeah.
So I look forward to it. I think it's super fun.
I think it's really fun. I also think one thing that I would add on to what you said of what it does is that it's also a point of pride for our team. And in the restaurants, often the person that is cooking family meal rotates, and a cook gets the opportunity to make family meal for the whole team,
Mm-hmm.
and they get to choose what they want to serve and all of those things. And I
And
think
to be clear, it's not crazy. It's not like we're having filet mignon.
yeah, it's stuff we have in the kitchen. But I think it becomes a fun thing too for some of the teams to say like, oh, I want to make this for everybody. And it's
Mhm.
something that they really enjoy or that they feel like is their dish that they, kind of own at home. So I've been eating family meal my whole life, I think. When we had the full company office, corporate office, and I worked in the company, we had family meal every day at the Palace, which was amazing. But now that I kind of work in all the restaurants, I feel like I just like cherry pick family meals around the company. It's like, okay, well, the Series Pie family meal comes up at 11. The Mr. Fish family meal comes up at 2.
Oh, fun.
When I'm hungry, it's just like, okay, where am I going to pop in and grab some family
Right,
meal?
right.
And it's great. And I love seeing what people are making. I love standing in the kitchen and eating my plate and
Chit-chatting.
chatting with.
Mhm.
Don't do that in front of the health
team.
department. You're not allowed to eat in the kitchen.
I eat on the other side of the line.
Right. Exactly.
Mhm.
And it's super fun. And then we try, I think, as a corporate group, I guess I will say, to sometimes make it fun too. So 4th of July, for example, like Mr. Fish and Half Shell, we did hot dogs for hot dogs and buns and everything like that for family meal, because we know that they're probably working and missing out on their 4th of July barbecue that maybe that they would be at. And things like that.
And
So I
there's
think
no
that's fun.
denying that's a small thing compared to maybe what they would have done if they were at home, but still it's the celebratory idea of it all.
Yeah.
The all your cousins grew up in the restaurant business too, as a lot of people throughout their careers start somewhere in the restaurant business. I think I read at some point that 8% of Americans worked in a McDonald's at some point.
Oh, wow.
I don't think that seems like a lot to me. But anyway, point being, many of them grew up in like the local Applebee's in Newark, Delaware, and the Ground Round, which was down by the freeway exit, the Hot Shops, which is one of those places that you stop on the freeway and get gas and a quick snack. So many of these large corporations, like Applebee's and places, charge their teams for their meals.
To eat. Yeah.
Literally charge them, and they might get a 50% discount. They might get 25% discount. Many restaurants around town do 25% discount. They charge for a cup of coffee. They're literally making their business about their teams, and I hate the message that sends.
Mhm.
Now, I will say it's expensive to do what we
Mhm.
do. We offer 3 family meals a day, depending on the service schedule. Like at Lola, we're open 3 services,
Yeah.
3 family meals, right? And you can basically eat as much as you want,
Yeah.
depending on what it is. Sometimes it's like Tuesday at our warehouse, we had deli sandwiches from Safeway. So literally, the accounting team or rub team went up to
Yeah.
Safeway, bought bread
so like at
and
the
mayonnaise.
where there's not a kitchen team working, but there is an office and a rub team working.
Right.
And so they've delegated it to the office team. And that office team is decidedly probably not cooks. And so for them, they're like, all right, we're just going to bring in all the deli sandwich fixings.
Yeah, but I chided
it's
them.
sweet.
I chided them a little bit, and Adriana, our account executive, her husband is a fabulous brisket maker. So
Yeah.
she brought one day. He brought in brisket, or she brought in brisket from home with pea salad and mac salad and all the things. It's a fun point of pride.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I
That's
think
sweet.
the restaurants. My point being, the restaurants that don't take this on as a expense in the house, they're probably publicly owned. You know what I'm saying? They're
Yeah.
not. They're not mom and pop joints. We can tell you that. But to me, you're missing an opportunity to really connect with your team.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And even at our places where we maybe don't put up a family meal because the staff size doesn't support it, or it fluctuates too much, or there's not a point in the day, our team steak dinner or something like that. But
Mhm.
for the most part,
Say,
everybody eats.
Yeah, and they eat, and so I just think it's super fun. When I was the chef, which is way back in the days of the early Dahlia, when I was
Mhm.
the actual on the line working chef every day, I would often try out new ideas for the menu at family meal.
Brilliant.
So if I'm making a new sweet pea risotto with tarragon and crispy ginger, I'll make that for staff meal and they don't even have to say anything. I can see in their faces. They'll get a response. And one of the ones that reminds me of that was I was doing a crispy garlic duck at Old Dahlia, and I liked it. I would put the skin side down with the garlic chunks on it, and then the garlic would get toasty brown, sometimes even a little bit darker than brown. And I loved it.
Uh-huh.
The whole team was like,
No.
no, it's just,
Aw.
but I did it. I was stubborn and I did it anyway.
And how did it sell on the menu?
Well, that's really not the point of this. It's all fine, but the reviewer from the New York Times came in
Uh-huh.
and had the crispy garlic duck
And
and totally trashed it.
so your team was right.
Yeah, exactly. So sometimes you like, even if they tell you like this is it's a little bit bitter, because of the garlic.
Mhm.
I like that bitter.
Mhm.
The guy, the reviewer for the New York Times, he loved our creme caramel, said it was the best in the world. Loved the risotto that I served with it. But that garlic skin duck was just, yeah. So
Yeah.
I heard a ration of
Mhm.
garbage about that for a long time.
Yeah.
So
Nobody brings it up anymore, thankfully.
No. how often does, you've got a lot of different cultures working in your company. How often does that translate to the menu?
To the menu, it used to translate more when I was the chef down at Cafe Sport. I was the chef GM down there. It wasn't my restaurant. But that was a time when we had waves of immigrants coming through. And people forget that we had a wave of Polish immigrants, right?
Mhm.
Because of the whole Walensky. Is it Walensky? He's the, when Poland and Russia split, we had waves of Cuban immigrants during
Right.
the, what are they called? The Marada, when a lot of the Cubans took to boats and came out. Waves of Russian immigrants, every culture you can imagine. Certainly in the early 80s, all the Vietnamese and Cambodians were coming over from post-war. There's a lot of Afghans in our country right now. I have not seen them in my kitchens, but that is typically where they show up because it's a job that you can simply train
Mhm.
and they can repeat and repeat. When you train somebody how to peel a carrot and then you hand them a 25-pound bag of carrots, it's a pretty simple process, so, but it has to be done.
Yeah.
So that's how immigrants end up in the kitchens. They don't speak the language generally. Almost all of them are in some sort of ESL class at a local community college. We're just working to get ahead.
Right.
Working to get ahead. I had a young lady yesterday. I was golfing and she was my caddy, and East African.
Mhm.
was where her family was from. I think she was born here. She was so lovely, 16 years old, loves history, is taking AP Spanish. She's going into her junior year, out there working, carrying golf clubs around the hot,
Mhm.
steamy golf club. What more can we ask of people? And so this whole debate these days about immigrants and about this and that, I find just disheartening because I don't feel like we are lifting people up in the way that we should, whether they are born here or whether they're not. It's
Well, and we
disheartening.
see like the enrichment of it so much in
Mhm.
our business, I think.
Yeah.
And
The evolution too. You see them start there and then finish in a whole different place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's awesome. But I do think like we had a Tibetan cook for a long time,
Right.
and her dishes ended up on the Dahlia menu for
We opened a restaurant.
years. We
Yes.
opened a Tibetan restaurant because her food was so incredible, and that started with her making family meal for
making
the team.
Tingmo.
and everybody being blown away. So you don't always know where it's going to go, but I love that people infuse bits of who they are and what they're doing in their food and to their team. Even if it's not on the menu, they're sharing it with their
Yeah.
coworkers.
Right. And if anyone wants to come be my dishwasher, give me a call because that's where they all start.
Yep.
Give me a call. I'm happy to chat. All right, you're listening to us on Cairo Radio. Up next, we're going to talk about Bex's surprise birthday party for her husband, along with Tuscan bread salad on Cairo Radio. It's the Hot Stove Society Show, 97.3 FM.
I have an eye twitch that will not quit. It's just like
And it seems like it should.
I know.
You can, right? I have lost. All right. This is Jamie Pia.
Hi.
Her father was the gadfly about town. Wasn't your father Morris?
No, I wish.
Oh, that was your
that
uncle.
was an uncle. My dad was Nest Flowers. Remember Nest Flowers by Nest?
Oh, I remember the store.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was my dad.
Oh, okay.
So, Laura,
I remember.
they'll be up right after this one. Yeah. I can.
Cafe Sport. I worked there for a short time.
Oh, did you? I don't remember.
Any
that.
relation to Blair?
We're all related.
All related.
the Pihas
Okay,
are
all the
related.
that's what I
There's two
figured.
kinds of Pihas. There's PE and Pihas.
Okay.
I'm a PE. Yeah.
She's
And you're
PI.
all different Jewish sects?
We're all-
Is that how
we're
they
all
end up with
from-
different names? Or different?
Somebody came over and changed. the
Oh, just
spelling.
changed the
I think
spelling.
it was the PEs. No, we're all from the Highlands Roads. We're all from the same area.
Okay. But sometimes you just never know which.
I know. They were all Spanish Jews.
Okay.
This particular group, a lot of them went to church.
Uh-huh.
Roads, around Grace or Hill.
Yeah. Lovely.
Awesome.
Okay, so according to Copilot, 63% of American adults have worked in the restaurant industry at some point in their lives. That includes everything from fast food and diners to fine dining and catering gigs. 63 sounds a lot.
There's a lot.
Mhm.
That's pretty good. Yep. Yeah, good.
I see some clean plates.
That mushroom gravy, gotta say.
Gruyere? Is that?
Hey, what kind of cheese are you using in your crepe? Beecher's cheddar.
Oh,
course, Beecher's doesn't
Don't call it cheddar.
Beecher's flagship.
there we go.
Annie's disrespectful that way. You should hear how she talks to me. Oh, Lordy. I'm a saint. Okay, it's time for a surprise party here on the Hot Stove Society Radio. I'm Tom.
Douglas?
Bex is our production manager here today. They're sitting in the producer chair, as you are every Thursday.
Yep.
Thank you for being here. You threw a party. You throw a party every weekend, so that's nothing new.
I did throw 2 parties last weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
But one was not at my house.
Lovely. You didn't have to do the cleanup.
Correct.
So you have a podcast called
Host with confidence.
okay, and
And it's to help people, it's to help the hesitant host just build their communities and just go for it.
It's weird that she's never asked us to be a guest on her podcast.
Well, I'm new at it, and it's not something I'm really marketing until I get good at it.
Okay.
But
It's
it's fun.
interesting.
Yeah, it's
all I'm
fun. You got it.
well, we didn't go to the party or the podcast.
Yeah.
So it's
No
anything that begins
parties,
with P,
No
we're out of.
podcast.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it was really fun. So I think the key to a successful surprise party is to keep it a surprise,
Mhm.
and it worked.
Well, I would never have thought about that.
Hey, the last time I was involved with a surprise party was your 60th,
Uh-huh.
and that was really fun. And I learned that you don't like surprises.
Well, that's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
But it was very fun. We did
Yeah.
a lot of fun cooking. So this one was for my husband, his big 60th birthday, and he had no idea. And I did it at a local,
You obviously married a much older man.
much older.
Okay.
Actually, he's a month younger.
Yeah.
So we called the Side Hustle Scratch Kitchen in Kirkland, and James Whitaker's been on the show before. And it was we did a buyout, so there were 65 people, and then Patty did all the cooking, and it was so much fun.
Patty.
Was on the show here before.
Oh, okay.
Yep. She cooked for James Dean or something at one
Yeah, yeah,
point.
yeah.
Yeah. But it was really fun. It was when what we did is we said, often my husband will say, hey, let's stop at Side Hustle before or after dinner. So that's exactly what we did. We said,
For a glass of wine, is it more
Exactly.
of a wine bar type?
it's beer. It's
beer
all
bar.
beer, but they have wine. I did bring in my own Chardonnay because I don't love theirs, but
Yeah.
they've got good Cave B wine.
And you went on your own yacht is also correct.
No, we didn't go on a yacht. So when we got there, we just said, some friends want to meet us at Side Hustle, so let's just pop in there before we go to dinner. And we did, and he looked around and he could just see he knew everybody, and it was just super exciting, super
Uh-huh.
fun. So
That's so sweet.
yeah, really sweet. And I think the key was the way that everything was set up. You could get to the bar, so everybody could, get a refreshment.
It's not a huge place, right?
No, it's pretty small.
Yeah.
I think capacity is 68 and we had 65.
Yeah.
And the way you got to set up the food so that people can easily access it. It's not at the bar.
Uh-huh.
And then they had some couches, some tables, and a lot of people stood up. So the flow worked really well. And I think that's really important when you're doing a party is to think about where people are going to gather.
So what kind of menu, when you think about a party for that size,
Mhm.
do you think knife and fork? Is it all finger food?
It was all finger food.
all
There was,
finger?
yeah, you could pick it up at small plates.
So
and
you can then go back or move around the room still.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or people would bring over plates to a table and then we'd all just kind of pick at it. So it was ahi tuna in a little bamboo bowl with a
Oh.
gorgeous little garnish and
Yeah.
fork. And then it was skewers. We had tenderloin skewers. And
I think that's a mistake people make
Mm.
is that they try to do too much at a party like that. They're
Right.
trying to do something with a knife and fork and
Yeah.
a plate, and everyone's got a seat and everyone's got a glass, and
Mhm.
and people at those kind of parties, in my opinion, I sit next to the same person all night.
Right.
You want to mingle,
Yes.
and so having the handheld food is an important aspect of throwing a good party.
Yeah. And you can jet on out, get another plate. And
Uh-huh.
it's just really nice. We had a couple crostinis. So I think we'd had 7 different choices and then a dessert. So we
Uh-huh.
had 8 different items.
Yep.
And kind of we appealed to everybody, but we had no eggs in anything.
Funny how that is.
Funny how that worked. Yeah.
Loretta, the last party that I threw for you, you got to choose the menu for your wedding.
For
at
my
the
wedding.
farm. I hate to remind you of all the work we did. And there's
Yeah,
another
highly
way
recommend having a wedding when you own the venue and the catering company.
there's another angle to this,
Uh-huh.
right? Which is more yours was all this what you see in books sometimes, or those long tables that seat 60 or 70 or 80 people.
Yep.
And everyone's got a chair, and it's all. I remember a book that was super important to me called Glorious Food, and it was it was the name of a catering company in I want to say Long Island area, and so many pictures like that where you just
Yeah.
see the whole party come out, waiters with trays on their shoulders, a dozen waiters, full trays.
Yeah.
Your party was more like that.
Yeah, and I do think that there was still a lot, or I felt like we put a lot of thought into how people would eat in that setting
Mhm.
as well, because I knew that I wanted family style of food. I didn't want like a plated dinner. But when you're serving family style food at large tables, I mean, you have to really think about like, how are people going to get each thing? Is there going to be enough of each thing on the platters for people to pass around? Are people going to know how it works, to move things around? And the meal that I chose is one of my favorite meals of all time, which is Tuscan bread salad. And it was on the menu at the Dahlia for
30 years.
30 years. And it was the thing that I ordered every time.
Mhm.
And we did a version of that. The other kind of inspiration in my head is the Zuni bread salad
With the
from
roast
Zuni
chicken.
Cafe in San Francisco with the roast chicken. And so we did this kind of mix of those, I would say,
Yeah, we did a steak platter, a salmon platter, and a chicken
and
platter.
a chicken platter, and then the
Same
giant
salad in the-
platters
yeah.
of the bread salad.
Mm.
And it worked really well for a party in that way, because the base is only one thing. So in reality, you ended up with, I think, 3 or 4 platters, because sometimes like the chicken and the steak were on the
Right.
same. So
Mhm.
it wasn't a ton of component dishes that you were passing around and trying to get people to build in that way. And I think it would work equally well to just pick one protein, put it on the salad, and serve it family
It would.
style in
Yeah, it
that
was
way.
nice. I think it was nice to offer people the option, because 80 people, I think you had 80 people, is that right? Or 150 people?
75 people per table. So 2 tables. So 150 people. Yeah.
What's nice about what you just said is the Tuscan bread salad is a meal in itself,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So it's grilled chunks of big country bread over a wood fire. It's wedges of tomatoes. All this stuff came out of your mom's farm.
Yeah.
Wedges of tomatoes, olives, pesto,
Cucumbers,
arugula,
yeah.
cucumbers, all this mozzarella,
Mhm.
Parmesan. All this is your bread salad. So that's your starch and your salad all in one.
Mhm.
And then you just we cut the fish and the chicken and the steak in portion sizes that you could put on and not have to really use a lot of knife work,
Mhm.
right? Which is another key. I think the other key when you're serving a big group like that is sometimes when people have 12 people for supper or 14 people, it doesn't seem big enough to have 2 sets of platters.
Mhm.
It's super important.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because by the time one platter goes around for 14 people, you never even know if there's going to be any food left.
Yeah,
at
you
the
don't
end.
want your 14th person to be watching it come around. Like, is there going to be, and then you don't want your 12th person to not take as much as they want
Right.
because they're worried about the 14th person.
So you should always have
Yeah.
backup,
Mhm.
but you should also put it into a small enough platter. I would say 6 tops.
Yeah. I agree.
I mean, unless you're having dinner for 8, right?
Yeah.
It's different. But as soon as you get over that 8 number, if you got more than 8, I would say you start to break it down into platters for 2 sets
Yeah.
of platters for 5, 2 sets of platters for 6, whatever that is.
And one last thing that we did that I think made a big difference at the wedding and that type of party is we just put bottles of wine on the table.
Mhm.
And I
Magnums.
think magnums, because we had a lot of people, but I think people get precious about like, I'm going to pour the wine or I'm going to set it at this station to the side so people can get up and choose what they want. And it was so much nicer to
Simpler.
just lay it out on the table.
Mhm.
It made everybody talk to each other to get what they wanted. And it made it so that you don't have to get up and go find what you
I love
wanted.
that. Mhm.
And that worked out in that family style atmosphere, I think really, really well.
And we just did the one course. Everything else was up and mingled.
Yeah.
So it's just a sit down course for that. So
Sounds beautiful. And it was outside too,
I
right?
would like to do it again
Different way-
without like the ceremony part. Let's just have a giant Tuscan bread salad party
the
again.
best part about
Love
the
it.
ceremony was Pinto Frioli, Jackie's dog, went up and peed on the altar
No.
right during the service. Well, they were just standing there, and he just peed right behind you, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's
Right.
no altar; it was on the grass,
Right,
but
yeah,
still,
right.
yeah.
Marking his territory.
He's in a lot of pictures. I'll tell you that. Not sure why I remembered that, but all right. Up next, we have a full more hour.
Mhm.
A full more hour. That's my favorite saying on one of my golf channels that I listen to. A full more hour with Jamie Piha, Chef Janae McLaughlin, Rachel Bell. It's going to be fun times in this next hour on Cabaret Radio. It's the Hot Stove Society Show, 97.3 FM.
All right. Cam, we're gonna. Great.
There's a big microphone.
I know.
That's
Gotta
good.
Get like pretty close.
Yeah,
to it.
that's good. I got it.
Within an inch.
Within an inch.
Yep, I don't know.
What do you want that wine?
Perfect. Great.
Wine. Okay.
We're doing good? Actually, I brought some bottle of red. Perfect.
Can we get our? Oh yeah, we got a taste for him. How do we say your name, sir?
Jean-Francois.
Jean-Francois. So I wasn't far off.
Yep.
Everybody calls him JF.
Yep.
And Amavi.
Amavi,
yeah.
yeah. Amavi at Pepper Bridge.
When you're the honorary, does that just mean you donated the most to wine? Pretty
Basically,
much.
Basically, that's it.
You got. How's your arm feeling when it was twisted? How's your arm? Is it
Actually, I
little
kinda-
shoulder surgery?
I kind of broke it 3 months ago.
It's an honor, Tom. That's why it's
an
called
honor.
honorary
That's why it's
chair.
honorary. Goes good with the crepe.
Yep, absolutely. It was mushroom, yeah.
Got a taste? When was the last time you drank this early in the morning?
I think you did hard.
Come on.
Yesterday.
Good way to start the morning, huh?
Yeah.
And you're welcome to open the red too, so if you want to. Thank you.
All right. Look at us for 4 minutes ahead.
Woo.
It doesn't happen very often.
I was just in Walla Walla last week.
Oh, cool.
Is your family in the car on the way?
What? Is my family in the car on the way? I don't know. No, not yet. They're not going to leave till noon. Leave at nap
A little
time.
bit more free time.
What did you visit in Walla Walla?
You went to the Blood of the God?
We have friends that not just moved there within the last.
You know, I'm sure you know Madeline Dow and the Dow
Oh,
family.
Madeline,
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Okay, well, I just saw it last Saturday. I
Yeah,
kinda
really?
did, yeah.
I hadn't been over to see their
Yeah.
new place
Oh, yeah.
yet and things like that. And so when we were at the farm, we took a day trip
Oh,
Cool.
over
nice.
to visit them. And
They're loving
Jack
it.
and Reese are like so sweet with my kids.
It's such a small world. I own a company, and our number 2 guy who runs it is dating the babysitters.
Really? They just
Tosh?
told me, yeah, they told me that Tash had a new boyfriend.
That
Oh my
is
God, we're gonna
so
really embarrass
funny.
her if
It's-
she listens to this.
It's Walla Walla, you know?
Yeah.
What does that
That's
mean?
so funny.
Is
Well,
there something about Walla Walla we don't know?
Small.
Small town.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just got the invite for her 30th birthday party that Madeline's throwing
Really?
her out there. Yeah.
Well, I haven't heard about this. I have to get the news.
Oh yeah.
All right, here we are. We're back for hour number 2 of the Hot Stove Society show from the Hotel Andra in downtown Seattle. Becky, will you do me a favor again and announce the winner of our contest?
It's Dan H.
Dan H. And he won a staycation here for a night at the hotel and a birthday dinner ticket to the Joy Child Supper on August 24th. So 23rd, sorry. So welcome, Dan, if you don't call within the next 3 minutes, just kidding. Jamie Piha's in the guest chair. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
You are joined by Jean-Francois Palais of Pepper Bridge and Amavi Winery, this year's honorary vintner for
The Auction of Washington Wines.
which is an annual event I did for many years.
You did it for many years.
My arm is finally starting to heal.
I know. Tom, I remember when you did it. You did some amazing things and amazing foods for our guests.
A long
This is
time
our
ago.
38th year.
38th year. I
Yeah.
probably did 20 of those, is my
Yes,
guess.
probably. Yeah.
Tell us, Mr. Honorary Vintner, tell us about how you got roped into this. Jamie's pretty strong, isn't she?
Absolutely. So, long story short, I moved to the state of Washington in 1999. And one of the first person I met was Jamie Pioche. He, actually, my partner is Norm McKibben, who actually really the main guy behind the winery, was the chairman of the auction, chairman, of the Washington Wine Commission. And Jamie was working on the Washington Wine Commission.
I see.
So become friend. But yeah, the auction has been part of our life and as a winery life since the beginning. I was the co-chair in 2017 for 2 years with Norm McKibben. And yeah, somehow I got wrapped up as the Vintners of the Year.
But it wasn't arm twisting. He is actually, this role actually is nominated and then voted on by the industry and finalized by the board of the Auction of Washington Wines. So it's really selected by his peers.
So tell us about the auction in general. Like you say, it's a staple in our community. It's super important.
Sure.
The money that it raises. Tell us about it.
Well, I think the original mission behind the auction was to uplift the Washington wine industry, both nationally and around the world, and adding some prestige to Washington wine. And I think one of the ways to connect with community was to do this philanthropically. So way back when, the forefathers of the industry, Alan
Saint Michelle.
Shoup, Saint Michelle, Alan Shoup, really started thinking about how do we do that? How do we get the word out in a wide way? And it was creating the Auction of Washington Wines. And our original partner was Seattle Children's Hospital. They've been our partner for 38 years, and they've been a fabulous partner and really bring a lot to the table in terms of bringing people who are interested not just in raising funds for the community, but also interested in the wine industry and doing something unique to be able to be philanthropic.
Right.
And then about 20-something years ago, we started to also partner with Washington State University to help further their viticulture and enology department, help with research for the state's industry, and also student support. And then several years ago, we created an industry grant to award an organization that is supportive of the industry. And we're working with Vital Wines out of Walla Walla, who really focuses on vineyard worker healthcare.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where all the funds go.
Yeah.
And the event itself is super fun. It's a weekend of events, 3 nights. We have about 200 wineries involved throughout those 3 days. And our most fun event, they're all fun, but picnic is really the fun outdoor event.
Is that the one for the youngsters?
Yeah,
Or no,
well,
it's
yes.
just-
Everybody's a youngster, according to me, Tom. I've been around a while.
Everyone's
so-
a youngster compared to us. Yeah, exactly.
But I think that's our most diverse audience and probably attracts the youngest crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It has a long tradition in the wine industry. I think of Hospice de Beaune being probably the one that started it all. Am I right on that?
Probably. Obviously, it's a huge fundraiser. It's a huge fundraiser for that area there. But like I say, this is the 30th year, right, for the
38th,
Washington. So
38,
it's quite a
yep.
bit already. So yeah.
That was, that was a wine that I always tried to buy when it came out. It was like a little bit like Beaujolais Nouveau was the Hospice de Beaune. So that's a Burgundian winemaker, a philanthropic event, right?
Yes, it's all time happening. I believe it's the second weekend of November, and it's huge. And it's the price are huge too right now, which is good because it's. Yeah.
And then, of course, Napa Valley has their own. We have our own. It's quite the tradition and thoughtfulness of the wineries to make this happen every year.
The wineries are incredibly generous. The auction would not be where it is without the generosity of this industry to give back and to support the community. And we're very grateful for that. And it does make the event very special because guests really get to meet the winemakers and understand the story. And that's really our mission.
So tell us about the wine you brought today, because the white that I had goes so good with our breakfast.
Yeah, so this is our 2024 Sauvignon Blanc. Great with that crepe and mushroom. We are 100% estate. So our founders, Norm McKibben, actually was really the first one who established the vineyards in Walla Walla. Started Pepperbridge Vineyards, 91. Seven Hills Vineyards. He bought part of it in 94, then developed it 97, 98, 99. And then he also developed Lake Olin Vineyard in 2001. But in late 90s, he decided to have his own winery to showcase the vineyards. And we were focused on red for many years. Started a Cabernet in 98. I need the Merlot in 99. But I grew up in Switzerland and all the time enjoyed making white wine. And because we're 100% estate, 1 acres become available in 2013.
1 acre.
1 acre. Made a little bit of Sauvignon Blanc in 2013, and we kept doing so since then. It's that misconception about hot countries and, not good for white wine. Well, you could see
Oh,
food
yeah.
wine.
It's world class, I think.
Thank you. Thank you. With a little bit of Semillon, has a little bit of New Oak, but very little. It's definitely more on the fresh, fruitier style,
Mhm.
but it's very, very rich in the mouthfeel. It's great food wine.
Fabulous.
Delicious.
There's, somehow or another, that whole area got not hijacked is the wrong word, but Charles Smith really came on, and that Walla Walla has never looked back.
And he's not stopping. I just saw him at it's an event just started 3-4 years ago called Blood of Gods. We were there and you were there too. So yeah, it looks like it's still going.
Yeah.
It's just become such an incredible wine destination, though. Walla Walla. I was there last week, and even just being on Main Street, it is like tasting room after tasting room and winery, and you're driving in, and it's unbelievable
Great restaurants,
how
too,
it
now.
has
Yeah.
grown. And for such a small town, I think the food and wine scene there is not to knock on Prosser, where our farm, but
It's not quite the same.
it's not quite the same. And Prosser has an amazing, wine scene as well. They're making a lot of wine in that area, but Walla Walla has done it in the most like postcard-esque,
Napa,
beautiful,
Sonoma.
They have the infrastructure
Way
that a lot of
and
those places.
have university there just adds
Yeah.
this
A
whole
lot of culture.
dimension.
A lot of culture.
It was really lovely to be there, and I need to go spend more time. 'Cause
Let's
it
go
really
back.
does look like a postcard.
This honestly, moving in 99 there, it was nothing of that.
Yeah.
What,
You
6
could have bought
wineries?
anything you wanted in Main Street. And you look at that vibrancy of Main Street now, it's pretty cool.
It's really cool.
Let's go back to your beneficiary, because Loretta, you spent quite a bit of time at Children's Hospital when you were a babe. I think you've actually taken your children there at this point.
Unfortunately, a couple times.
Couple of times. How important is that to you as a parent now, having that facility
Yeah, I mean, that
available?
resource is unbelievable. I think it's a world-class children's hospital, and having it in our backyard, I think, is unbelievable.
It doesn't just happen.
No, it doesn't just happen. It takes so much work and persistence. And, I know that there's been some negative headlines and
Yeah.
things like that recently, but as a parent, having the confidence that you're getting the best of
World-class
the
care.
best world-class care there, I think is incredible. I had a high risk pregnancy with my twins and things like that. And just knowing that if we unfortunately needed it,
It was there.
like it was there, I think is really unreal. And I went to several of the clinics there as a child and spent plenty of time there, unfortunately. But it's an unbelievable place. My mother-in-law worked there for 30 years, I think, as a doctor. And it's unreal to have it in our backyard, and needs the support of the community to maintain it.
What they do with a lot of the funds go to their uncompensated care fund, which I don't think a lot of people really know about, but it is incredible because they will never turn a family or child away if they don't have the ability to pay, which is, it's an easy cause to want to give to.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because you're helping people that really need it. And I would say that the culture and the people from Seattle Children's in the 7 years that I've been affiliated with the auction are just wonderful, caring people. And the way they run their business is tremendous. And it's such a service to the community. And we are thrilled to partner with them and raise funds. And, picnic is a really fun way to do that.
Yeah,
You get to
exactly.
come and bid on the barrel auction and go home with a case of wine and meet the wine. All of you there on
Yeah.
August 15th.
How do people get a ticket?
Go to auctionofwines.org, and our general admission tickets are still available.
Awesome.
I couldn't, as a hospitality industry veteran,
Mhm.
which I am, I couldn't be more proud of us as an industry, and that includes wine and beer and everything that goes along with the restaurant business of stepping up for all these years
Mhm.
and helping with this cause. So
Yes.
it's important for all of us to participate. I don't know that I'm participating any more than just buying wine this year, but just buying a case of wine, the money goes to the cause, right?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So thank you for coming and sharing your vision and your spirit about this event.
Thank you for
It's
having
the
us.
Auction of Washington Wines.
Mhm.
Auctionofwawines.org.
And what's the date again?
Well, August 15th is our winemaker picnic and barrel auction.
Okay, perfect. August 15th. Out there in
Woodinville.
Woodinville.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Did you for a minute have it at the Carnation facility, or has it always been in Woodinville?
No, it's always been in Woodinville. It's always
Okay.
been at the Chateau.
All right. The Chateau.
The Chateau.
No, I understand. They've been going through a lot of changes. Is all
You know,
I'll
the wine
say.
industry is going through a lot of changes, but
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
an industry that will rebound no matter what.
Exactly. Chef Danae McLaughlin's up next. She's got a class here called Island Time, Jamaica with Chef Danae. On Cairo Radio, this is the Hot Stove Society Show, 97.3 FM.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Madeline says hi, and she'll see you at the auction.
Can we get a photo with you guys,
Come-
Tom?
Come see us next time you're in Walla Walla. Yeah.
I appreciate the auction. But do you have an online part of the auction too?
Yeah, we have an online auction with a lot of really great stuff.
That's probably what.
Thanks for having us.
We have 2 new restaurants in the market that are just killing
You
it.
guys come around and take a
No,
picture.
I love it.
I'm limiting my time away this
Okay.
summer.
Come see us next time in Walla Walla.
Amy, get your hand off my butt. You too.
They love it. I mean, they're super happy there. So nice.
Me too.
Yeah.
Good one. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. Oh my God, it just will not stop.
Oh, I can? Yep. I put it on the show sheet too. So that's yours.
Look at her just right up the screen.
Is the white shirt. Yeah, I got to get close to it.
Just bring it to her.
You can
Pam. Just
pull it
don't-
towards you.
Don't let them,
Good?
just like on our wine guy, we
Better? Yes.
better. Just right
Okay.
on top of it.
Okay.
Oh, a picture with Julia.
She said so many photo ops.
Yeah, she's popular.
Yeah.
We need a cardboard cutout of you.
No, we
Yeah. Yeah, we
don't. No,
do.
we don't.
We should take a bet on how many people take a picture with that. A Tom
Between me
Standy.
and Julia.
No, no, no. That I know who would win there,
No
but
contest.
that's not a fair competition. But I bet people would.
We're running nicely ahead.
Yes.
Oh my God. How do I make it stop?
I would just cut your eyelashes off.
I have an eye twitch that like won't.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate it when that happens.
Oh, geez.
Back in the house here at the Hot Stove Society Studio Kitchens. We're happy to have you join us. Tell us, email Becky and tell us what you're picking right now out of your garden. I want to know.
Mm.
You know, if you don't put pesticides on, rose petals are often edible. You double check, but
Oh, that's
I
right.
like to pickle rose petals,
Uh-huh.
like especially if they're opposite color, what you're going to put them on. For example, yellow rose petals on a beet salad
Ooh.
or something like that. There's lots of things you can eat.
Or
in your
pink
garden.
on a yellow salad.
Shh. Sure. God, she's radical, isn't she?
Well, I'm just learning from the best. So,
yeah. Mhm. Chef Danae McLaughlin is here in the guest chair. Upcoming classes are many, but the one that you're going to talk to us about today is your Island Time, Jamaica with Chef Danae.
Yeah.
So tell us about your adventures here at the Hot Stove and how did you come up with Island Time?
So when we were coming up for classes for summer, there was a lot of stuff that was thrown out that was barbecue, of course, and there's some amazing barbecue classes coming up. But I had the idea that, it's summer, we should talk maybe about Island Time and feature some islands that maybe the cuisine isn't as well known.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one is going to be Jamaica. The second one's Cuba. But we'll talk about Jamaica here. I've been to the Caribbean several times. I've been to lots of the islands. And I think what's so unique is that the islands are relatively close together, but they each have their own flavor, depending on, when and how long, who was on the island, and who colonized the island, how long they were there. And so there's two things that make Jamaican cuisine stand out. One of them, of course, is the Scotch bonnet pepper, which is super spicy. It's one of my favorites, though. I think because the heat is, it still lets you taste flavors. It is a pungent heat, but then the heat kind of goes away. It really hits you in the back instead of the front. So you still can taste flavor as well as heat. And I think that's why I love it the best.
Well, you can also adjust the heat, right? You just don't use as much.
You don't use as much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have things, there's like cayenne. We were talking about this, I did that hot chicken class. We were talking about cayenne being right in the front. And so when you get too much cayenne, it's like you're done. You can't taste anything else after that. But I think with Scotch bonnet, because it's a clean, sweet heat, it's one of my favorite things to use when I want to put heat into something.
I think that's interesting you say it that way because when I had Nashville hot chicken at Prince's in Nashville, supposedly the original, it blew my face off.
Yeah, me too.
I couldn't eat more than 3 bites and I was done.
Me too.
No fun.
I was in pain.
Yeah, absolutely no fun. For
Yeah.
me.
And I
But-
talked about that in the hot chicken class. I was like, and I gave them a kit. I gave them Scotch bonnet flakes, like chili flakes, but Scotch bonnet flakes and ghost pepper powder.
Uh-huh.
And I said, you guys, I made you a 5. You go to town, you make it the heat that you want. And some people did, and then they tasted it and they were like, oh no, I can't eat it.
Well, that's one of the things we teamed up with Trey Lamont on his jerk spice rub. That we have in the marketplace. And depending on how much you use, it can get overwhelming, but it's also, you just scale back, right?
Yeah.
And jerk is a classic from that area.
Yeah.
It's
And
got the Jerk Shack here in town.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The other thing about Jamaican food is their use of allspice. And allspice is indigenous. I did not know that. It's indigenous to Jamaica. It's one of their top exports, allspice. Yeah. They call it pimento, which is a derivative from pimentón, which means pepper in Spanish. But they call it pimento. So it's a little confusing when you see it on menus. We think pimento, the red, the red
Mild.
bell pepper. Yeah, but they call it pimento. But it's got a super unique flavor, and that is used in the jerk rub and a lot of their sauces and things that use allspice.
And it's a type of peppercorn. Am I correct?
Yeah, it is. Christopher Columbus is credited for discovering it, and he called it pimentón because he thought it was pepper. He thought it was black pepper.
Well, Google says it's the allspice is the dried fruit of the pimenta dolce plant. So there you get a little bit of that sweetness.
Yeah,
When I work with it in my spice rubs, it adds a lovely undertone
yeah,
that black pepper doesn't. Black pepper comes across a little bit bitter,
yeah.
and allspice comes across with this floral fragrance.
I love.
that
Yeah, I
is
love it.
Really,
Yeah, it's got this lingering flavor that doesn't. It almost gives it this warm kind of herbal kind of flavor that pepper won't give you.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes you find it a lot in breakfast sausage.
Yes, you do. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So the menu is going to be pretty interesting. What I did is I came up with a menu that I knew that I could get ingredients we can't get that they get on the islands. The thing that I'm doing is they call it a patty. And it's basically like a empanada.
Uh-huh.
It's a crescent shaped pastry, and they fill it with, whatever they want to fill it with. And in this case, I'm doing chicken and vegetable.
A curried chicken vegetable?
Mhm.
Kind of, oh, nice.
Yeah, and the pastry actually has turmeric in it, so it's this beautiful yellow color, and it has a little bit of flavor to the pastry. And then the second dish, I'm doing octopus. It's going to be braised and then grilled. And then another thing that I'm using on that dish is bami. So bami is yucca, and they use it like almost like a potato. It's very starchy, and they'll make like a pancake out of it.
Kind of like a Jamaican flatbread.
Like a
Yeah.
flatbread. Depending on how thick you make it, I've seen them really thick, like a crab cake almost, and then really, really thin, almost like a pancake. But the octopus will be served on top of that.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I knew that I could get yucca here, so I put that on the menu.
Could you use cassava?
Yeah,
Same.
Yeah.
The profile be any different, or the
Yep.
consistency would be the same?
pretty same.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because that's easy to get.
Yeah, yeah. And then the third course is going to be pan-seared snapper with escovitch vegetables. So that's a way of cooking. It's a dish that's pretty popular. It's a Spanish dish, but of course, we're on the islands. And it's basically using vinegar. Escovitch style is using vinegar.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it's using vinegar in the vegetable,
in the
not
vegetables.
in the marinade, because that cooks the fish, right?
Yeah. But you serve it on top of the fish
Right.
to give it that bright flavor.
Right.
Yeah.
Love that. And any white fish, in my opinion, would do in there.
Yes.
Not really the spot that you would see a salmon or
Oh, no. Yeah.
mackerel, or it's more
Right.
a white.
A white fish
Yeah.
would really do well with
Yeah.
the vinegar.
And then with the pickled vegetables, you've got a coconut callaloo risotto. What
Yeah.
is that?
So callaloo is it's first of all, it's a name that they give to a dish which is sautéed greens. But it's also the name of a specific green on the island, and we call it amaranth greens. Which we can get here in the Asian stores, but they also call it African spinach. It's like chard.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a lot like chard. Yeah, so I'm gonna make a risotto with it, kind of like a spinach risotto, but do a little bit of the
With coconut.
amaranth.
Yeah,
coconut.
sounds lovely.
Yeah.
And then something jerk, of course.
Yeah, then I had to get some jerk in there, of course. So I'm just doing a jerk pork tenderloin, and I'm doing a sauce made with the allspice. It's called a pimento sauce, but again, it's the allspice that's in there.
Jerk is one of those things that I didn't know much about. I ate at the Jerk Shack down on 2nd Avenue, Trey's place, and like it. Sometimes it's too hot for me, but there's a couple of ingredients in there that really seem to balance it out.
Yeah,
One is the bay. It's always got lots of ground bay,
yeah,
and I don't use bay in anything really, other than a bay leaf here or there. And to have it as an ingredient really kind of makes it shine. And then the other is orange juice.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tropical juice in when you're making a jerk.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. The rest. Oh, you don't have the recipe kit, but the recipe kit has the recipe for the marinade,
Uh-huh.
and you basically take all those ingredients, you throw them in the blender.
Including the whole orange.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then you've got this beautiful marinade for the pork.
Yum.
Yeah.
I want to eat here.
Good. Yeah.
And is there a typical dessert? We only have a minute. Is there a typical
Yeah.
dessert?
So I put a typical dessert on there, which is a sweet potato cone tart, and that's kind of like a sweet potato pie.
Uh-huh.
And it's kind of thin though, and they like to serve it cold. Actually, I like a sweet potato pie a little warm, but they like to serve it cold over there.
Cold or room temperature?
Room temperature,
Yeah.
but also cold.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think of anything in Jamaica being cold.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what's the treat is that
Maybe
it's
so,
cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than a pina colada or something, which is
Mhm.
probably not Jamaican at all.
Yeah,
That's my
yeah.
guess. Hopefully there's a good island cocktail that's going to be going with this.
I hope so.
yeah.
We'll see what Julie comes up with.
Exactly. Well, that's been Danae McLaughlin. She's one of the presenters here at the Hot Stove Society, does tons of classes, and also seems to work all my classes when I teach here.
I
so
know. I love working with you, Tom.
It's lovely to have a good time with you. Food writer, author, creator, and host Rachel Bell. What Don't You Do is here on Cairo Radio. She's trying to jump into my business. I never jumped into her business. On Cairo, it's the Hot Stove Society Show, 97.3 FM. Thanks, Janae. Really nice.
I saw you at the weeks ago. Yeah. I was like,
had a sample.
I
I'll
know.
just read this.
I like that market a lot.
very
People. Oh. Hello. Is it
Hello.
me you're looking for?
From the other side? Yes.
Yes.
I'm looking at you from the hello from the other side.
Oh, you're doing it. Okay, I'm Lionel Richie and you're
Yeah,
Adele.
I'm
Our
Adele.
classic role.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. What? Oh, cool. Thank you. Thanks.
Welcome back. It's the Hot Stove Society Show in Cairo. Thankful that you're joining us. We are joined by our pal Rachel Bell. She is now currently working at Cascade PBS. You have a show
Yes.
there, right?
I do. I have a TV show called The Nosh, and then my podcast, Your Last Meal, is a part of the Cascade PBS network too.
Well, you are part of the SAD group that just lost $3.5 million of funding for PBS and NPR when Mr. Trump decided to pull that funding, and the Congress also did too. So
Yes.
if you want to help keep our local station on air, just go to Cascade PBS and make a little donation.
Yes.
And pick
If
up
you
some
watch
slack.
Sesame Street, give Big Bird a paycheck. That's
Yeah.
all we're
We
asking.
need public radio and public TV.
Yes.
We need it.
Thank you.
So above and beyond that, tell us about you.
Oh, me,
People
little old me.
recognize your voice because you're so long on Cairo.
Yeah, I was on Cairo Radio for 15 years.
Yeah.
And I met you when I first moved here 20 years ago next month. You're invited to a little get together that we're having
I know
next
some
month.
alum, right, of Cairo.
Yeah, everyone that I knew in 2005.
Is it your
Oh,
birthday
fun.
or something? Why are we meeting?
No, it's my Seattle
Is
20th
it your
anniversary.
Wake before, is it your wake before you go? Because I want to have my wake before I go.
Oh, I know. Well, Tom was the very first guest on my podcast, Your Last Meal, where I interview celebrities about what they would eat for their last
Right.
meals. And your last meal wasn't actually your last meal. It was what you wanted other people to eat after you died.
Right.
Yes.
Then I decided, no, I want to be part of that. So I'm going to
So you're going to
Eat-
host it
eat
before
first
you
and then
die.
die the
Great.
next
Oh,
day.
that's
Yeah.
a good idea.
Yeah,
Yeah. And you wanted a seafood Chinese buffet at a Seattle restaurant. And the idea that I don't think is there anymore.
No, it's not. It burnt down.
Yeah.
Just like me, I'll be cremated. The restaurant was cremated. It's
Just a little cheery little segment. I want to be composted
taking a
though if
turn.
we're on the, if
Are
we're
you
on
in
the
the
topic.
compost train?
Oh yeah, choo choo.
You know, their office is right across the street from my warehouse. I might be able to get you a discount.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
Right across
That'd
the
be
street from us.
amazing. Yeah.
I think they're the mushroom ones. Across from the warehouse. Are
Do they
the-
turn you into
Oh,
a
it's
mushroom?
just human composting. That's all I know.
I think they use mushrooms to do it. Is what my guess.
Okay.
Which
This is a different
appropriate for
segment
me
than I thought it was
because
going to be.
mushrooms are usually grown in manure, so it's perfect for me.
That is, yeah. Can I be a chanterelle?
Sure. Why
Okay.
not? Tell us about you and tell us what's going on.
Yeah, so I've been doing my podcast, Your Last Meal, for 9 years, and I wanted to talk today about a particular episode that I thought that you guys might be interested in and people listening. So I had Dave Barry on the show recently, who is a longtime humorist, writer. He has a new memoir out, and he was talking about how he keeps his ketchup on the counter and how he doesn't understand why you have to keep it in the fridge because at diners, it's always on the counter. So I ended up bringing in this food safety expert to talk about all different condiments and where you should keep them. And then when I was researching, coincidentally, the New York Times had put out an article 2 weeks before called Do I Need to Refrigerate Ketchup? An A to Z guide. And so I wanted to go through some of these items and see where you keep them because there was a big shocker in here that I still am not over. I'm still on my fainting couch right now.
Right.
So I think that sometimes, you know, some of these things is just, oh, I keep my ketchup in the fridge or not, but there's identity involved. And I think the biggest identity condiment of where you keep it is butter. Are you a fridge or are you a counter?
Well, it depends.
Interesting.
Is salted butter or is sweet butter?
Exactly.
Which one is it?
Well, that's what they say is that salted butter can be left on the counter for, you know, up to like 5 days. And then the unsalted should be in the fridge.
Yeah.
But, you know, do you want to keep your butter on the counter and have it nice and soft? Or are you someone that serves your guests rock hard cold butter?
Well, see, that's an inconsiderate host if that's what you do.
Mhm.
What you do is when you get up in the morning, we have a butter dish. You pull it out of the fridge when you're making the coffee. You don't eat for another hour or two.
Yeah.
So then it's ready to go. It's tempered and ready
Not
to go. by the
everybody
time-
has leisurely mornings of an hour or two.
Well, everyone should.
Where do you keep your butter, Loretta?
I am a salted butter on the counter.
Okay.
But I keep the rest in the freezer until I'm ready for it.
And when I'm at a diner and they have the little foil wrapped ones and they're ice cold, I put it in my armpit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to jump to the most
Boy,
shocking
can
one.
I have some of that?
Yeah.
Armpit butter.
That's a part of your last meal.
Hopefully you
Rachel Bell's
shave.
armpit butter.
Do any of you have a butter ball?
Butter bell.
A butter bell. Yes. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know
I
what
do
you're
know
talking
what you're
about. I
talking
think they're
about.
stupid.
Oh, but they're very
You love 'em?
gratifying. I got one as a gift, and you just put the butter in there, room temp, and then you flip it up, and it's in a little bit of
It
water.
feels like
Yeah.
too much work to me to like transfer my butter into the
That's
butter
true,
bell.
but then
I'm
it's
confused
done
by
for
the
next
water
couple
element.
weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm afraid of it.
Okay. No butter bells.
Okay. Listen to this fact. This was something that, let's see, this was from the Health and Human Service Department. They said a container of mayo, you can open it and keep it in the pantry for 3 to 6 months unrefrigerated.
Wow.
Gross.
I feel like my entire childhood was don't put mayo in the sun. Don't put macaroni salad on the counter for more than 5 minutes. 3 to 6 months in the pantry. Have you ever heard that before?
No, but and I wouldn't do it.
Yeah. Also,
I wouldn't
gross.
either. I wouldn't
You'll
either.
be visiting a mushroom composter sooner than you like.
Exactly. And then as far as chili crisp, fish sauce, mustard, hot sauce, tahini and soy sauce, those are things you can leave out, but they say they grade and they lose
Yeah.
the sharpness of flavor if you leave
I
them
keep
out too long.
everything in the fridge.
You
pretty
do?
much.
Yeah.
Everything except for vinegar, I would say I keep in the
Okay.
fridge.
I don't like hot sauce in the fridge because I think it just, when things are cold, they don't have as strong a flavor. You know, it takes the edge off.
Well, when you put hot sauce on, say, fried rice, you know how long it's cold?
Once it touches the rice,
Yeah.
seconds.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not, it's not a good argument from that perspective because it warms up to room temp. It's not like you're putting a cup on top.
But
right?
the way that I eat a burrito is I splash a little on each bite
Uh-huh.
and then I can taste it and it doesn't have as robust a
that's
flavor.
Maybe that's a little bit different.
Yeah,
I would say that oxygen is your enemy
exactly.
in that world of whether it's counter or the fridge. And so one of the reasons that we put stuff in the fridge is to limit the damage that oxygen, when you open a bottle of vinegar and leave it on your kitchen counter, it's oxidized, just like a bottle of wine would. It's oxidizing.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It doesn't get any better, right? And so the longer you can keep that vinegar, the more it should be in your refrigerator.
Well, I also think it's kind of similar to like spices, that people will keep spices forever. And
For
like
years.
that same jar of apple cider vinegar that you've had for 7 years in the back of your pantry, like it's not good anymore. Let's just move on from it.
Well, don't you agree that everyone only gets one bottle of Worcester sauce in their lifetime? I was talking to this woman about this. I just finished a bottle. It took me 10 years and it was in my pantry the entire
Yeah.
time. And I'm alive.
Did you look at the Best Buy date on it? It was probably 2 years before that you bought it.
It was 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was still using it and it was still fine.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
you taste your condiments before you put them on your food?
Not usually.
But here's what I'll say to you, going back to your Worcestershire, you tasted it was still fine. But if you were to open a fresh bottle next to it, what would it taste like? Because that's the key, right? You just spent, let's say, $20 on a fancy steak, and now you're putting 7-year-old Worcestershire sauce.
10-year.
10-year-old Worcestershire. It's like, yeah, exactly.
I guess this is kind of a lesson in just how many preservatives and salt is in our food that we can just leave them all out on the counter. But yeah, what you said about bacteria is totally right. They said, if you're going to, use peanut butter and keep it out, don't use the same knife as the jelly because the water that is
Yeah.
introduced to it. Yeah. But I also was raised by an immigrant and we were always cutting mold off of cheese. And, she said not to do that, but I do that.
She said not to do that and
Yeah.
then eat the cheese underneath.
Yeah, but I eat the
Oh,
cheese
she's
underneath.
rich. If she can throw away all that cheese. she's
I
rich.
know. Are you a scraper?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, cheese is
Cheese is
a mold
mold.
product in the first place.
Yeah, cheese is mold. Well, some of it. Some of it is.
Some of it is. It's
Some of it
inoculated
is.
many. Brie. How many people eat brie? It's got a mold rind on it.
Gosh, my pet peeve when you go to a party and the people that scrape the inside and they don't eat the rind of the
I know,
brie
they
and you're
just
just
leave
left
a
with this empty
Blue
shell.
cheese. What do you think all that blue is? It's mold.
It's mold.
Yeah.
Yeah. She said by the time you see the mold, it's already like deep inside of the
Oh.
cheese.
Yeah, she's too rich.
Mhm.
Okay.
I see that you have my cookbook on the shelf here. That's very cute.
Yeah. Ketchup. I want to get the ketchup.
I'm trying to promote myself.
Your book
ketchup.
is called Open Sesame, right?
Yes, my book is called Open Sesame.
So tahini.
Tragic name.
Tahini in
she
the
said
fridge
you
or
can
on the
keep
counter?
it on the counter, and I always keep it in the fridge.
Okay.
Yeah. Where do you keep yours?
In the fridge.
In the. Oh yeah, you keep everything in the
Uh,
fridge.
I don't
Well-
keep peanut butter. I keep peanut butter out.
Tahini goes rancid once it's open,
Mhm.
within a few months.
Because there's so much oil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I started keeping my nuts in the fridge and like sesame seeds in the fridge.
Oh, interesting. I don't keep sesame seeds in the fridge. What about like Shaoxing wine? Like I use a lot of Shaoxing wine in my.
I don't use a lot, but I would keep it in the fridge if I
Okay.
did because
Oh.
Yeah,
it,
because
it
that's
oxidizes.
a pantry item for me. But then
Me
I was
too.
thinking like if I opened a bottle of actual wine, I wouldn't be keeping it in the.
I think people forget how much of that flavor is in teriyaki sauce.
Yeah.
Is what?
Shaoxing wine, the rice wine.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Super
keep
cheap.
Mirin, I
Mhm.
keep in the pantry.
Yeah.
Rice vinegar, all that.
Mirin is essentially sugar syrup,
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the ketchup, they said you can leave it out for a few days. And that's why at a diner, they leave it out because they're constantly going through it.
Yeah.
They also like when we leave ketchup out at our joints. So like at Mr. Fish, we have ketchup out. We refrigerate it every night.
Yes.
Too,
Oh, you do.
so,
You put
like,
it in.
We pull it in and out.
Congratulations on your good Seattle Times review of Mr. Fish.
I'm ambivalent about that because when they write a bad review about us, I don't respond to it either. So
Yeah.
good review. We just try to be the best we can be every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
liked it because they said I was in charge. So
I know I saw that.
Good job, Loretta.
Mustard.
I was heckled when I walked in the next day, though. I will say.
That is the culture of the
team
restaurant
was
world,
like,
right?
Oh, you're in charge. I was like, okay, well, this is awkward.
Mustard, same thing. You can leave it on the counter for a little bit, but they said the flavor will degrade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I don't know.
Is there
I-
one thing they left out other than mayo? That was the shocker, right?
That was the
mayo.
shocker.
Yeah.
You can keep ghee on the counter
Ghee, which is
indefinitely.
clarified butter.
Clarified butter. Yeah. You know what? I think that's my whole report.
Oh,
I
okay.
think that I've never been somebody who I'm not very concerned about bacteria and germs. Maybe this is going to get me someday. But the thing I asked her was, because I always say, like, I have a stomach of steel. I travel abroad. I eat street food. I never get sick.
Uh-huh.
Do some people have that rock hard stomach? And she said, well, if you do travel, you might have, a more diverse microbiome, but nobody is immune from getting sick from bad food.
Use your sniffer. That's just really the number one thing
Yeah.
to keep you safe.
That's what I always say. If you smell it and it stinks, or if you see the mold, except for on the cheese,
Yeah.
get rid of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I have a
exactly.
friend who actually texts me, can I eat this? Can I eat this?
Oh, that's me.
So I'm
with
responsible
him.
for
I constantly am like, I bought this chicken 3 days ago. Is it still good? And he's like, yes. And I'm like, I'm going to throw it away.
Oh.
I'm
Okay.
the opposite of you. I'm like so nervous.
Yeah.
Well, your kids puke all over the place anyway. It's like, what do you just
But
feed them
I
bad
don't.
chicken?
Oh, I thought he was talking about you too. It's like, ew.
No, they're kids. Loretta hasn't puked in 34 years. She puked as a baby. And
Congratulations, Loretta.
tell us again where to find you.
Yeah, you can find Your Last Meal anywhere you get podcasts. You can watch my show, The Nosh. We just finished season 2 and we're shooting season 3 right now on cascadepbs.org. And you can buy my cookbook, Open Sesame, which is all tahini and sesame anywhere books are sold. But I recommend going to a local bookstore.
All right. On Cairo, it's the Hot Stove Society Show, 97.3 FM.
Thanks, guys.
Man, are you going to do trivia?
Yeah, she is.
yeah.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
Should we vote?
Are we doing that now?
Yeah.
Okay.
You cool with that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Welcome back and happy Seafair to all you listeners in the greater Seattle area and around the world. We had somebody from Paris call in, a London person, said they listen every week. We are worldwide. Hot Stove
Worldwide.
worldwide. Just like, what's his name? Down there in Florida, Miami.
Pitbull, Mr. Worldwide.
Pitbull, Mr. Worldwide. That's what we are. Rub with Love can help bring extra flavor to your hydroplane parties the first weekend of August. Pick some up at your local butcher shop like B&E Meats in Burien, Newcastle and Queen Anne, Double D Meats in Montlake Terrace, Don and Joe's at the Pike Place Market, and most local grocery stores.
When I was driving home from the farm yesterday, I passed going eastbound a slew of trucks carrying hydroplanes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Coming
Oh,
from
I
the
thought you were going to say
Tri-Cities.
trucks carrying Rub with Love.
I wish it was the other way around. Becky,
Yes.
or as we now call you, Bex.
It's my new name.
Our pal
It's very
Bex.
British.
Let's play this game. How
Let-
do we do it?
Let's do it. So each of you will get 5 questions. We've got Rachel Bell here from
Who's
Cascade.
she?
She's from Cascade PBS, and she's got some fun shows to watch and listen to.
Okay.
So, and each of you will get 5 questions, and the winner will pick out someone in the audience to go through the gift shop and get a 3-pack of Rub with Love spice blends. So
You know, they've only been sponsoring the Rub with Love Spice Blends. Have only been sponsoring the segment for 20 years.
I can't believe you secured this sponsorship.
Yeah, I know.
Amazing.
It's
you must
astonishing.
know someone special.
I knew someone who knew someone who knew someone.
Yeah.
Who needed to sell rub.
There you go. So we're going to start with Loretta.
Great.
And Loretta's been on vacation for a couple weeks.
I'm rusty. And the
Okay.
last time I was here, I really got killed. So be
All
nice,
right.
Becky.
Number 1, what spice is made from the dried flower bud of a tropical tree and often used in mulled wine?
Dried flower bud of a tropical tree.
Hmm.
Has it been on the show already today?
Is it the thing that you poke into oranges on Christmas?
Clove.
Clove it is. Good job.
What tropical tree?
You're not supposed to give her hints.
Well, I just, lady power.
Yeah, thanks.
God, I hate this.
I know.
I have 6 sisters. I've been dealing with this all
You
my
have.
life.
You have.
Yeah.
All right. Number 2, true or false? Avocados ripen on the tree. Is that true or false?
I feel
That's
like,
a toughie.
yeah,
Mhm.
I'm going to say false.
It is false. They ripen after being picked because they need exposure to ethylene, a natural plant hormone that's only activated post-harvest.
Huh.
Good job.
That's what they say. Like if it's not ripening, put it in a bag with a banana, and that creates the extra
I'm
ethylene.
surprised
Yes,
that you
ripen
couldn't-
it faster.
Exactly.
I'm surprised that they don't. You couldn't leave them long
Yeah,
enough
that's
to ripen.
what
I-
I was
I was-
thinking. Like how if you just left them, they would
I
never
wonder what
ripen?
they look like.
I thought it was a trick question.
Yeah, me
No.
too.
Well, you got it right.
Great.
Okay, number 3. What 2 ingredients make up the classic dark and stormy cocktail?
Ginger ale and rum.
Ginger beer and dark rum. That's good.
Nice.
Ginger ale and ginger beer, the same thing?
Yeah.
And I'm hearing it in the audience. You got it. Number 4, what is
lime
the
juice.
term for a tied bundle of herbs used to flavor stews and soups?
A sachet. I don't know.
Bouquet garni.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Garni.
Ooh la la.
If Chef Terry was here, he could have told you.
I
That.
was
Yeah,
thinking that I'm looking at his face on
I
his
know.
cookbook
We
here.
have. He's our
He's
guardian
here.
angel.
I
on
know.
the
The
show.
patron saint.
Yeah.
I still come up to do the show and have to remind myself that he's not going to be here.
Yeah. All right. Number 5, what is the name of the reaction between 2 amino acids and sugars that gives browned food its flavor?
I have no idea.
Another
It's not
French
in your
word.
yard.
It's what?
It's not in your yard.
Begins with an M.
Yeah, I have no idea. Rachel.
My yard.
My yard.
Oh,
reaction.
My yard
My yard.
reaction.
Yes.
Oh, you
Three-
said that a couple weeks ago on the show.
You were listening.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes.
You leave Easter eggs.
I do. Well, I write notes too. When you guys say things, I'm like, "Oh, that's going to be good for trivia next week." So, thank you. 3 out of 5, Loretta. Good job.
Great.
Okay.
Better than average.
Better than last time.
Okay, Rachel Bell from Cascade PBS. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Number 1, what gives peri peri seasoning and sauce its signature kick? Peri peri.
Ah, is it just generically chili?
It's peppers. Yes, you got
peppers. Okay.
it. Good job. Number 2, true or false? Ranch dressing was created in Santa Barbara, California. Is that true or false?
Is that where the Hidden Valley is?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say true.
It is true. It was first
Hidden
served at the
Valley.
Hidden Valley Ranch Steakhouse in 1950s. Good job. Number 3, what does it mean to dock pastry dough?
Dock?
Mhm.
I've never heard this
Like you-
before.
Would you like options?
Yeah.
Okay. To let it rest in the fridge, pierce with a fork, or add more water than typical.
Oh, pierce with a fork. That's what they do to crackers. You dock crackers.
There you go.
So that they don't poof up in the oven.
Exactly. Number
What a
4,
little smarty you are.
I read a lot.
Yeah.
Number 4, what vegetable is known to Italians as the crazy or mad apple? In Italian, it's called a melanzana.
Oh, melanzana. Melanzana. Wait, I know what this is. Melanzana. Wait, that's
She's
not
looking
an
at the
eggplant, is
audience.
it?
It's eggplant.
Okay.
Did you knew that? That's
Yeah.
great. 4 out of 5. We're now number 5. What is the name of the cocktail made with vodka, ginger beer, and lime juice, typically garnished with a wedge of lime and a sprig of mint?
Say that one more time.
The cocktail with vodka, ginger beer, lime juice, Wet and a wedge of lime and a sprig of mint for garnish.
I'm not sure.
I
I've
think
never
it's
had
a light and stormy night.
a light and sunny.
It's on the same.
Oh, is it?
type-
I've never had vodka with
instead of-
ginger beer. What is it?
It's a Moscow Mule.
Oh, that's a Moscow Mule.
Mhm.
Okay.
4 out of 5. Okay,
You guys know
Tom.
that?
Nice job. I would not have known that either.
Well, I was
Yeah.
gonna. I was thinking the copper mug would be too much of a clue.
Oh yeah, I would have got
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Okay, you ready?
As always.
As always. All right. What iconic seasoning mix, introduced in 1965, promised crispy oven baked meat?
Shake and bake.
Shake and bake. Good job.
And I helped.
I helped. Mhm.
Number 2, true or false? Heirloom
Have
tomatoes.
you ever used shake and bake?
I haven't.
I haven't either.
Oh, my whole childhood, I was
really?
shaked and baked.
Really?
Yeah,
It was
Do
too
you-
expensive for my house.
Yeah.
it was pretty good.
And it's still selling. I looked it up. Who knew? Number 2, true or false? Heirloom tomatoes contain 25% more vitamin C than hothouse tomatoes. Is that true or
100%
false?
false.
100% false, because you can't measure that. Nutrient levels, it could be soil or temperature, all those things. Good job. Oops. Number 3, which creamy dessert gets its name from the French word for foam or froth?
Foam or froth? Meringue?
Mousse.
Mousse.
Oh,
It
moose.
should be gets its word from the Canadian North.
Mm-hmm. Okay, number
I
4.
drove by a moose in Cle Elum.
Recently. Really? No, it wasn't an elk. It was a moose.
Might have been milk.
Was
Yeah.
it frothy and foamy?
It was.
Mm.
And I thought it was rabid.
Had rabies.
So
Yeah.
I shot it and ate it.
Oh my God.
No,
Elk are
just kidding.
big.
It was a joke, people. Wasn't funny. I know. But still.
Number 4, what thick substance flooded the streets of Boston at 35 miles per hour in 1919? It flattened buildings and claimed 21 lives and injured 150 people.
Boston baked beans.
That's a good one. Molasses.
Ah,
Wow.
Molasses.
21 lives. Huh? Was it hot?
It was just a massive storage tank that failed. It measured 50 feet tall and 90 feet wide.
Ah.
So yeah, it's true.
Wow.
Final question.
That's a good question.
Oh, good.
Who would have got that?
I know. Died by molasses.
Yeah.
She died doing what she loved.
Yeah. Huh.
Loretta, are you fact checking me?
No,
Okay.
I believe
If you were in
I want to see a
Scotland
photo.
and said molasses killed me, you would be up for murder charges.
Why?
Oh yeah. Okay, I got it.
It was so bad.
I know. I can't believe I didn't get a pun for a
You
second.
know,
I'm-
the thing is that you have to be smart to understand those kind of things. Witty, agile, all sorts of things. to
Yeah.
get those.
I didn't get it.
and a Scottish golfer.
All right. Final question. Despite its cherry red color, traditional grenadine is made from which fruit? Would you like options?
Sure.
Okay. We've got raspberry, pomegranate, or blackcurrant.
Pomegranate.
Pomegranate it
Yeah,
is.
you bet.
3 out of 5. So we've got Rachel Bell, the
You are
winner.
ever invited back to this show. Just so you
Ah, I
know.
guess I am
If you
smart.
if you continue to win like that, forget it. Forget about it. All right. If you want to be part of the show, you can join our community. Let's do that again. Maybe I can pronounce my hour correctly.
You got molasses in your mouth?
Yeah, no kidding. If you want to be part of our show, you can join the community on YouTube Live at Tom Douglas & Co. or buy a ticket to join us here at the Hot Stove at hotstovesociety.com. The show is produced by Becky Guzak. Our technical wizard today is Cameron Thomas. Nice job, Cam. And our talented editor at Cairo, who does all that beautiful music you hear, is Sean. Please don't call me Del Torre. If you miss any episode of our show on Cairo, you can visit or listen via podcast. Just subscribe with your favorite podcast app.
Thanks for listening.
Good job reading. I like that. the
Wow,
last
Hooked on
one.
Phonics worked for you.
He likes to freestyle it.
I didn't know you could read.
I didn't mean it that
Amazing.
way.
What can't he do? Cook, read.
Good job reading.
Well, he just likes to use this as
She
kind of a
prefers
loose.
I use the exact words that she writes. Makes her feel better about things. The fact that she's 60 years old.
Are you?
Yeah.
You look amazing.
Thank you.
I was actually sitting here thinking, I wonder how old she is. I bet she's 49.
Oh, stop.
No, I'm
stop
serious.
it.
Oh, stop.
I know. Gorgeous.
Thank you.
Mhm.
She has her own fan club, you know.
It's
Of
me.
one.
She got a fan letter last week.
Oh, you did? What did they say?
Did you really?
So, yeah,
What'd they say?
nice things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go
It
ahead.
All right.
was just nice. It
Okay.
was, yeah.
So modest.
I've gotten one
I've
fan
never said
letter
anything.
and one hate letter, so I feel like I've evened out.
Oh, I had a hate letter too.
I like the funny hate letters. I've gotten some good ones over the years.
I bet you have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you put yourself out there, and so you have strong opinions, and
Yeah.
you put them out there, and that's a good way to get fan letters.
There was a woman who was kind of obsessively writing me, and she would always call me Rachie. And then at the end,
Rachie?
Rachie. And then at the end, it would say the F word, you, at the end of all of them. It was like this, but I loved them. They were so funny.
Uh-huh.
I would come back from vacation and they'd be like, Rachel's back from a 2 weeks vacation. And then I'd get back to my desk and she'd already written me, I hope you take a lifetime vacation. I look
Rachie.
forward to them.
Wow, she
Yeah.
thinks about you a lot.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Chef Tom Douglas.
And I'm Loretta Douglas.
On today's show, Loretta shares tales from her Prosser Farm meatball project, chicken and zucchini. We chat with Jamie Piha and winemaker Jean-Francois of Pepperbridge Winery and Amavi Cellars about upcoming auction of Washington wines. And Rachel Bell returns, tackling a great conundrum, fridge or pantry for your condiments.
Wow, you read that. Good job.
No, he freestyled it.
Great work, Tommy.
Oh.
She forgot. The
What'd I
condiment-
forget?
No, it's
The
on there.
condiments.
No, it's
oh,
on
no,
there.
there it is.
Condiment.
See, when
You're
I read
fired.
it, then I don't remember. Thank you all for joining us today.
Do I get to pick someone? Who wants a prize? You, because you looked at me and smiled earlier, so you get it.
She just thought you were funny looking.
I know, but if you smile at me, I'll give you something.